evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to tonight's live stream broadcast of Greater St. Helens League football action between the visiting Ridgefield Spudders and the Mark Morris Monarchs. Good to have you with us, Nick Sisson, as always, on behalf of N2 Media and Ridgefield and Mark Morris Athletics. We have got ourselves a good one tonight, as I always try to sell in the lead up, but Mark Morris coming off of a win last week, are 2-1 in the Greater St. Helens League and 2-3 overall on the season, and they welcome in the undefeated Ridgefield Spudders, who are 5-0. We had a chance to see them play a couple of weeks ago against the Hawkinson Hawks down at the Hot Potato, and the Hawks gave Ridgefield all they could handle, had the lead a couple different times in that ball game, but since that point, where Ridgefield beat Hawkinson 24-21, they have reeled off two straight shutout wins, a 21-0 win over Washougal last week, and before that a 49-0 win on the road at Hudson's Bay. The defense for Ridgefield is the real deal, as they are only allowing 9.3 points per ball game so far. Meanwhile, Mark Morris had trouble getting out of their own way a few times last week, ended up turning the ball over 5 times in the win against Hudson's Bay. How often do you say that? 5 turnovers, but still a win. That's good news if you're a Monarch supporter. That you got the win, by the way. And the coin toss being handled out there. Looks as if Mark Morris is going to be on offense, or at least they're going to receive the kickoff, unless we have some trickery there by Ridgefield. Tonight I am joined by my special guest commentator, my son, my oldest son, Vaughn Sisson. Vaughn, hello, how are you tonight?
I'm good.
What do you think is going to happen here tonight?
I think Mark Morris is going to win.
Really? You think you got a prediction already?
Yeah.
We had a chance to go see Ridgefield a couple weeks ago, and they did really good throwing the ball down the field, didn't they? Vaughn might be a little bit shy at first, but let him warm up. And again, fans, we do have a live stream comment section, so please type in where you're watching from, who you're rooting for, hopes, dreams, favorite color. Kicking off for Ridgefield, I believe is number 30. And the kick is deep, and it is going to get into the end zone. It'll be a touchback, and Mark Morris will elect to not return this one. Let's take you through the offensive starters here for the Mark Morris Monarchs. At quarterback will be number 10, Carter Huda. Tailback, number 3, Kenny Mullen. And then wide receiver, number 4, Decker Bartel. Number 2, Brady Schlecht. And tight end will be Mac West, number 9. And then Daniel Kobayashi, another wide receiver for Mark Morris. And then on the offensive line, Cameron Lair, number 51. Number 54, Bradley Lewis. Number 66, Nathan Linden. As we have a handoff to Mullen, and Mullen runs into a wall of defenders for a short gain, and will bring up second down. Number 71, Jacob Trotter. Number 77, Dalton Stevens round out the Mark Morris starting lineup on offense. For Ridgefield defense, number 2, Chet Pace. Number 4, Talon Soski. Number 5, Chase Duncan. Number 12, Vincent Dolans. Number 40, Cohen Draper. Number 44, Will Andrew. 45, Colt Couch. 55, Jared Gotch. 59, Cole Blem. As the Monarchs go 4 wide receivers and motion some guys around here, and now they're going to go empty formation. Carter Huda goes to the motion back out here. Mullen's got 2 guys wrapping him up immediately, and a third comes over for support. And it's going to be another very short gain here. River Leeling also out there on defense, as well as number 81, Noah Stromberg, as we've got an early third down and medium coming for the Monarchs. Fans, be sure to share the live stream link on social media if you could, just to get as many viewers here as possible. Appreciate y'all joining us here to start this one. Third down and looking to the near side, pumping twice, and now under pressure, escaping pressure, Huda, and then he's wrapped up and dropped. It's going to be a sack here. And fourth down coming, a loss of 2. Huda initially looking to the near side, didn't see what he liked, and then tried to find another target in his progressions, but ultimately was under too much pressure. Great defense there by the Spuds. 10-12 clock running here in the first quarter. Low snap and a rugby-style punt. This one's angled towards the sideline, and it's going to go out of bounds in front of midfield, and the official moving it backwards here. He's got it spotted at the 35-yard line, so not what the doctor ordered there. That is going to be a net punt of about 13 yards for Mark Morris, and now Ridgefield will have a very short field to start the ball game. First possession for Ridgefield as their offensive starters at quarterback Landon DeBeaumont, tailback Cly Stevens. And then we got wide receivers Wyatt Hemmelman, Noah Stromberg, and Talon Soski. Tight end will be Gavin Perry. And then on the line, Jacob Williams, Cole Blem, River Leeling, Hayden Moe, and Elijah Regino. And we've got a handoff in the backfield, and it is going nowhere. It's going to be a loss on the play in the backfield there, number 54, Bradley Lewis for the Monarchs. It'll be second down and 12. Got John Kelly watching from Columbian production area. I like it. Shotgun here, trips to the top, tight end on the near side on the line. And now looking to the right, back to pass, hit as he throws, going deep. And this one's up for grabs, and it's off the hands of the intended receiver. A great ball under pressure there by DeBeaumont. Looked like that might have been intended for Stromberg. I see an 8. Haven't seen the 1 yet. And that is 81, Noah Stromberg, who was the intended target there. But some pressure off of the near edge, nearly getting to DeBeaumont in the backfield, but Landon doing a good job putting that ball just over the defensive back. And now we got a long third down here, and it's an option, and it's going to be a handoff, and it's going to be a first down carry. Pushing off a tackler crossing the 20 is Cly Stevens. So great run there on third down, great play call. As this ball is spotted down on the Monarch 18-yard line. That is a gain of 19 for Cly Stevens. And we got a fake handoff to Beaumont, rips it out and keeps it, gets to the edge, breaks one tackle, and then gets planted down, but a strong gain there. Mac West over there ultimately finishing the job for Mark Morris on defense. But Beaumont can do a lot with his legs as well. Not only create some time for himself to throw, but things like that, running the read option. All in all, it's a gain of 5. Ball spotted now at the 13. Red zone trip here for the Spuds. And a handoff and breaking 2 tackles and cutting it up inside. It's a net positive gain there. And we got a flag, though, on the near sideline from one of the sideline officials. And it looks like it's going to be illegal formation called against Ridgefield. It would be spotted for about no gain, maybe a gain of 1. And Mark Morris is going to elect to accept the 5-yard penalty. It'll be second down and 10 now. Having a chance to talk with both head coaches before the game, and both of them had a similar song and dance, is that as long as they can get out of their own way on offense and not kill themselves with penalties and turnovers, that they like what they've been able to accomplish so far when things have gone well. Already here a penalty in plus territory for Ridgefield on a 2nd down and 10 under pressure. Ball across the middle, and it's low. The pressure kind of got that ball out early. The Monarchs have dialed up the blitz twice so far here and nearly gotten to de Beaumont. It'll be 3rd down and long once again for Ridgefield. Joey Taylor, one of the kicking options here for Ridgefield this year, and got a decent leg. But Ridgefield doesn't want to talk about that. This is usually 4-down territory in high school football. We got 4 wide receivers, 2 slot men, 2 outside receivers, and now under pressure again, and this ball is delivered across the middle, but it looks like short of the line to gain initially, and holding on for dear life, and a tackle just a smidgen after the whistle. Kenny Mullins on the coverage, and this one is going to be marked down, it looks like, just outside of the 10-yard line. So a gain of roughly 8. And it looks as if there might have been another flag out there. I don't see where it is. They're marking something off here against Mark Morris, or no, or they're just no flag. Oh. So there is a penalty, and it's going to be 1st and goal inside the 10 now. Didn't get a chance to see what it was, but more than likely it was in the backfield on the quarterback. A hit on the quarterback, we should say, and now we've got an official's timeout here trying to sort some things out. We'll try to check in on some updates from around the league and around the state. Clock running now, 6:45 to go, and it's going to be 1st and goal after the penalty. De Beaumont, hard count motion now across the line. And it's going to be a handoff to Stevens, and Stevens cuts it up, and he is tackled, shoestring tackled there by Decker Bartell. What a great run there, gain of 7. Looks like they got it marked down at the 3 actually here, so gain of 6, 2nd and goal, handoff up the middle. Stevens sidesteps it, he's into the end zone for a touchdown. Ridgefield, Clyde Stevens. Head coach Scott Rice there to give Stevens a high five. Place kicker here is going to be number 15, Carson Young, and Young is able to put that one through, and it's going to be a 7-0 lead here for the Spuds here at Longview Memorial Stadium. 5:51 to go here in the opening quarter. But a short field all in all for Ridgefield, having to only start that one at the Monarchs' 35-yard line. Ridgefield 5-0 so far on the season. But no room to spare so far in the standings. The Woodland Beavers also 3-0 in the Greater St. Helens League. They're taking on the R.A. Long Lumberjacks. It's homecoming down in Beaverville. All in all, you got to be really happy with the effort by Clyde Stevens there. He converted a big 3rd down and 12 with a 19-yard run. Gotta like the play call there. You're looking for a pass, obviously, in that situation, knowing that Ridgefield does have a good quarterback as well and some good wide receiver options. This one is off the chest of the returner, still loose, finally picked up on the near sideline, and then dancing around and finding a crease, getting to the 20, and a little bit beyond, maybe out to the 25, depending on the spot. So that's a good return all in all, considering that it didn't get off to a fast start, but Mark Morris back on offense for the second time here tonight, trailing 7-0, 5:41 to go, opening quarter. Score update, Kalama on top of Seton Catholic in a heavyweight showdown, 6-0. Huda gets the snap, throws it out to the far side, catch is made, tackle broken, and a second one not broken. Decker Bartel with the carry, Dolan's with the tackle there. That is going to be a Monarchs first down. Bartel gets this one out to the 39. It's a pickup of 14. Decker's having a fantastic season so far. Got to imagine he's going to be on a short list in contention for player of the year in the league, as Huda fakes a handoff and near side pass to West, and West is spun down immediately after a pickup of 2. But positive yardage there on first down. It'll be second down and 8. I mean, just some names in the running here. I mean, Landon DeBeamont's name is going to be up for consideration heavily, and then obviously Elijah Anderson of Woodlands. Decker Bartel here for Mark Morris, and then I would also give strong consideration to Tremaine Jenkins of R.A. Long. He has had a phenomenal season so far, playing both sides of the ball. As we got a second down and 8. Huda has some time, loading up and hesitating. Now he's finally going to launch it up to grab, and it's caught. Is he inbounds, though? They're going to say yes. Daniel Kobayashi. I don't know. Yeah, that was close. We'll say that. Mark Morris, though, gets a big one down the field at the 23-yard line. That is a 48-yard gain from Huda to Kobayashi. Huda calls for motion. It's Mullen, and Mullen gets a touch pass, and he has to wait for a block to open up. And look at the gang tackle there. Ridgefield's got 3 bodies on the football. It'll be a loss of 2 ultimately. Colt Couch out there. We'll bring up second down and 12 under 4 to go here in the opening quarter. Mullen is going to move to the right now and looking left, throwing left, a little hitch route, and able to haul it in. Wow, what a catch by Bartel right at the sticks. A little back shoulder low, able to get down and extend the arms. That is a very impressive catch for Decker, as the Monarchs are in the red zone here, working at the 12-yard line. So a hookup of 12. And now the officials getting together for a quick second here.
Correction. It is a Monarch first down.
Again, fans, if you'd share the live stream link on social media with friends or family, and watching on Facebook or YouTube. And we've got a pass here down the seam, and up for grabs and intercepted. Double coverage there. That is going to be number 5, Chase Duncan with the ball. So a turnover is going to give Ridgefield the ball back deep in their own territory. That'll be marked at the 3-yard line But the good news is for the Spuds is they didn't allow any points. And again, fans, I do feature a live stream comment section, as most of you know. Feel free to type in questions, comments, concerns. Right now, in his own end zone is DeBeaumont, ready to work, and it's going to be a handoff, and DeBeaumont gets it to the running back, who's stopped for a gain of nothing, maybe even a loss. That's Clyde Stevens. They're going to mark this one at the 2, so a loss of 1. As Mark Morris's defense up to the task here early. Some adversity as Huda stared down his wide receiver, and great coverage on the play there. Motion now going across the line, clearing the line, and a whistle, and we're going to stop this play here. This could be half the distance to the goal on Ridgefield, and it is going to be a false start against the Spuds. So now they're going to be at their 1-yard line. Not ideal. Can the Monarchs defense come up big here? But already the Spudders defense coming up huge. A Chase Duncan interception. Now shotgun 3 wide receivers. And it's a handoff, and barely escaping the end zone is Stevens. And it's going to be a gain of maybe 1 here. So it's going to bring up a 3rd down and call it a long 11. DeBeaumont out of the shotgun. Backpedals, pressure on him, delivers it down the seam, just out in front of the intended target there. Yeah, Talon Soski one-on-one as Coach Peck and the Monarchs defense dial up another blitz to force the ball out quickly. And the pressure so far has made DeBeaumont a little uncomfortable, or at least has made him hurry his throws. And now we've got a punt deep in the end zone. And this one is punched out short, fielded. Bartell at the 43. Bartell moving towards the far sideline. What a great tackle. That is number 28, Reese Holmes on the tackle. A good return, though. It's good for 10, maybe 11 yards. And Mark Morris will start this drive at the 32. First down and 10. 7-0 on a 3-yard touchdown run by Clyde Stevens. Mark Morris looking to equal. Back to pass, Huda pumps, now looking down the seam, goes back to the outside, catch is made by Bartell. Bartell tries to spin back inside. He's got 3 Spuds converging, and ultimately forward progress is going to mark him down at the 30. Vincent Dolan's out there for Ridgefield. It's a short gain. Give Bartell 3, under a minute to go, opening quarter. Bartell's 3rd reception so far here in the quarter. Mullen the deep back here in the pistol. 3 wide receivers at the top and Bartell at the bottom here. And Huda looking towards Bartell, floating towards Bartell. Double coverage comes over, and it is incomplete. So they're looking to get Decker the ball, but Ridgefield's wise to that. Ridgefield's showing that single high safety look down the middle of the field with Stromberg back there. And Stromberg, a great wide receiver on the other side of the ball for Ridgefield, but they're so far choosing to shade towards Bartell. See if they maybe might want to take a shot with Kobayashi again is out to the flat goes Mullen, and now a seam pass is high, and it's going to be incomplete, intended for Schlett. Looked like he would have been a little bit short of the line to gain there, but it would have made this fourth down decision a little bit easier. I still think that Mark Morris is going to go for it here. 30 seconds left in the first. It'll be fourth and call it 7, maybe 8, depending on what the scoreboard says. Bartel down here at the bottom, and Stromberg immediately shading over. Double coverage look, and Buda goes there anyway. It's a double move, and he falls down, and he catches it inbounds. Toe tapping at the 1. Well, that is a very impressive route ran by Bartel to get free. 25 seconds to go as the clock stops. First and goal, Mark Morris at the 1. Handoff. And it looks like into the end zone. And yep, signal goes up. Touchdown, Monarchs. Kenny Mullen with the tutty. Mark Morris cuts into the lead. 7-6 Ridgefield. PAT pending. Last week, Mobbs was not able to hit a PAT and not able to hit this one in his first attempt. So the score will stay 7-6. Ridgefield on top. Mark Morris taking advantage of a big play for 32 yards on 4th down and 8. Decker Bartel able to win it. Wasn't really a 50-50 ball, but it was thrown up. It was like flyers up. Bartel puts the Monarchs at the doorstep. Kenny Mullen punches it in. Maddox Mobbs to kick this one off. And it's a line drive squibber, and it does get beyond the returners, and it's going to die down at the 3, picked up there. And now splitting a couple of tacklers is Stevens, and Stevens is still off to the races, crosses the 30. What an effort there by Clyde Stevens. But we do have a penalty on Ridgefield back here at the 19-yard line. So that is going to bring it back. But still a great individual effort there by Clyde Stevens. 8 seconds to go here in the first. So again, Ridgefield will be backed up to start this drive. It will be spotted at the 10-yard line. Ridgefield's first offensive possession. They got the ball to 35 to start of Mark Morse. So big difference there. We got whistles here. And a timeout is going to be taken by Ridgefield. So 8 seconds to go here in the first quarter, and Ridgefield might have been up against the play clock there, and rather than lose 5 yards to go further back, decide to take the timeout.
Get it in the trash can if they really want it. Makes things a whole lot easier for a whole bunch of people.
All right. Ridgefield's all ready to go, and Mark Morris making their way back out onto the field. Stromberg, the motion man. And looking that direction, Stromberg makes the catch, has a little screen set up, and he has maybe enough for the first down as he gets out of bounds right near the marker. 3 seconds on the clock as the clock will stop here. And it is going to be good for 10. The clock will wind, and that will do it for the first quarter. Ridgefield leads it 7-6 here at the first quarter mark. Teams will flip sides of the field, and we'll be back out to action here in roughly 60 seconds. 7-6 is the score there, Aaron. Sorry. Yeah, there's one goalpost that's blocking the window that we have the camera on. All right.
Oi.
So we got Vaughn back here. Vaughn, 7-6. It's a close game so far. Having fun?
Yeah.
Last score update that I saw from Columbia River, Hawkinson on top of River 14-3. End of the first quarter between Woodland and R.A. Long, and the Beavers on top 7-0. And we got a first down carry here to start the second quarter by the Spuds, and it is going for no gain. Clyde Stevens with the carry. He's been the only Spudder to take the ball from DeBeaumont and rush it. DeBeaumont keeping it once back in that first quarter, and Stevens with Ridgefield's lone touchdown of the 3-yard variety. But if you missed it, on a 3rd down and 12, he had a 19-yard gain to set Ridgefield up with a new set of downs and get deep into Mark Moore's territory. And a 2nd down and 10, motion and a handoff jet sweep going to the far side. A little bit of running room and a sidestep crossing the 25, down maybe at the 26. That is Wyatt Hemmelman. Hemmelman had a great week last week at home against Prairie, scoring 2 touchdowns in the win. All in all, it looks like he's got 5.5 here, and it'll be 3rd down and a long 4. Switching sides is Stevens, and now motion is Hemmelman. Hemmelman's going to clear. Now looking in that direction. DeBeaumont out of the backfield finds Stevens. Tackler's conversion. They stop him. It's going to be a loss of 1 on the swing pass out to Stevens. And personnel being swapped out here for Ridgefield, as it looks like they're going to punt the football away. 10-15 left here in the first half. And Mark Morris in position to get the ball back. Vaughn, Julie Darville says that she's watching from Hawaii and says, "Hi, Vaughn."
Hi.
Do you know who that is?
Nana?
That's right. And the punt is up and away. And it's going to bounce and take a Monarch bounce but stopped there by number 20, Caleb Tortora. And the Monarchs will take over 1st and 10 at their own 46-yard line. Well, fans, we will be right back here next week on Friday night as R.A. Long hosts Washougal for R.A. Long's homecoming. And Lumberjacks falling behind 14-0 against Woodland just a couple seconds ago as we've got a reverse and then another handoff and now a wheel route down the sideline here. Huda ends up with it after the double handoff. A little Monarchs chicanery. Catching the ball is the other quarterback, Nate Stevens. So the Monarchs opening things up here and flipping a few extra pages to get to the back of the playbook, and gotta like the creativity there from head coach Mike Peck. This one is spotted at the 38-yard line of Ridgefield. So it's a 16-yard gain. Trips to the top there, and Huda looking in that direction and finds a little crosser, and the tackle is broken. Bartell has 9, maybe 10. Bartell is a man possessed so far. I believe that is his 5th reception so far in the ball game. Under 9 to go now in the first half. All in all, it's a 9-yard pickup for Bartell. 2nd down and a yard. Motion, falling down. That's not going to change the result. It's going to be a 1st down carry. And Kenny Mullen folded up on after he gets the 1st down. It'll be a gain of 3. Ball spotted now at the Ridgefield 27-yard line. So the Monarchs on the fringe of the red zone here. Back to pass, Huda has time, loads up, going for the end zone. And this one's up in the air and it's incomplete, looking to get it to Daniel Kobayashi. Good coverage there on the play by the Spuds. Huda had some time there. Second down and 10. Huda is going to jog in from the sidelines here with the play call. Two wide receivers to each side. Mullen behind Huda here. And now splits out to the flat. Formation moving. I don't know if Mullen got set there, but the catch is made and it looks to be a 1st down. No flag on the near sideline. And it is going to be a 1st down. Brady Schlecht with the catch. Monarchs in the red zone. It's 1st and 10 at the 13. Gain of 13 for Schlecht. Handoff, and it's going to be a short game, but the ball comes loose. And Ridgefield comes up with it. Colt Couch holding up the football. And I don't know if the officials are trying to talk about whether or not it was down or not, but it looked as if by the body language that the ball was out, and that is the call. Turnover. Ridgefield comes up with it. Mullen puts it on the deck. His 2nd fumble in as many weeks. And it stalls a promising Mark Morris drive. 7:27 to go. Monarchs defense is in position here, and Ridgefield looking to get out on the field and get the play call. But man, Tough break there for the Monarchs. See if Ridgefield gets a shot in the arm here now, as they've got 2 wide receivers to the near side. Single coverage at the top, too. Now motion is Hemmelman, and it's going to be a handoff in the backfield. Stevens looking for a hole, and he's not able to get it. Kevin Hernandez Ruiz, number 5, in there on the stop for Mark Morris. Stevens looking quick out there and cutting very well. Trips to the top in a bunch formation. And a pass out to the top, and 2 really good blocks. This is Hemmelman. Hemmelman's got first down yardage, and forward progress is going to stop him at the 27-yard line. It'll be a gain of 14. Excellent play design there by the Spuds as they are working out of the shadow of their own end zone. Hayden's home late from work, but in time for football. Thanks for joining us, Hayden. I appreciate it, buddy. Again, fans, live stream comment section. Chime in on anything. 4 wide receivers now, 2 to each side, and then an early snap, but it looks as if it's still going to be a positive gain for Ridgefield. Half the offensive line looked frozen there, but all in all, if that's the play call, they get 4 yards. Run it every time. 6:13 to go here in the first half. Beaumont's got 3 wide receivers to the near side looking, and the ball's out quickly. One-on-one ball down the field. Soski goes up and makes the catch, and he is off to the races. 10-5, touchdown. Ridgefield, Talon Soski. You might have read about him in the N2 media preview as he's going to get flagged for 15, but pick it up, baby. The X factor for Ridgefield tonight's ball game. Gets into the end zone and wins a big 50-50 ball up the near sideline. (13-6) Ridgefield. And a 15-yard celebration penalty. The only thing that Talon did wrong on that one. A great ball thrown up there by Beaumont. Extra point is up, and it's good. 14-6. Ridgefield hits with a big play to take an 8-point lead with 5:41 to go. David asks if I stream with OBS. Yes, OBS. This is Streamlabs OBS here. Yes, absolutely. And Philip says, thanks for the broadcast nights to watch the game even if we can't be there. Well, I appreciate the feedback, guys. It means a lot. Talon Soski. I'll have to go back to total it up, but that looked like about 65 yards there. Seton Catholic is on top 14-6 against Kalama currently. Woodland on top of R.A. Long 21-0. So things not looking so good in Beaverville for R.A. Long.
That was a great touchdown from Talon Soski.
Wasn't it? Mm-hmm. That's the second time that we've seen him score a touchdown together, isn't it? And the return out to the 35-yard line. Pile being pushed forward beyond the 40 now.
Nathan Stevens.
Stevens?
Or Stevens, yeah. Sorry.
Yep.
Jeez.
Yep, Nathan Stevens on the return. Good job, Vaughn. Good spotting. I like it. Ball will be spotted at the 43-yard line, but the fumble on the previous drive proving to be costly for Mark Morris, as not only do they lose possession, but they lose a lot of momentum, and Ridgefield able to extend that 1-point lead up to 8, and Ridgefield will receive the second half kickoff. There's 5:31 now to go in the first half, so still some time for Mark Morris to work as Huda throws it out to the near side, and the catch is made beyond the 50-yard line by Decker Bartel. On the coverage is number 20, Caleb Tortora. And Tortora with a good tackle there, not allowing Bartel to get anything extra. 8 yards, though, 6 reception for Decker. But turnovers proving to be the story of the ball game again here for Mark Morris. 2 turnovers in the first half. Both of them working deep into Ridgefield territory, and Carter Huda takes the snap, and he crosses the 45-yard line. They're going to actually mark him right there at the 45, and it'll be a Monarchs first down. $95 TVs or tablets or phones going right now watching this ball game. Again, fans share with friends and family, post on social media. 2 wide receivers to the near side, and it's going to be a handoff, and not getting too much steam there is Mullen, and it's going to be a no gain on the play. One of the guys that Mark Morris has available at the running back position is number 20, Avery Elliott. He's on the sideline here, a freshman. He had a couple of carries last week, but might be an option for Mark Morris to go to provide just a little change of pace. Second down and 10. If you're Ridgefield, you got to find number 4. Trips to the near side. Huda looking to the near side, now looking at the seam. And the ball is up in the air, and is it picked? It is, and Colt Couch comes up with another ball in his hands. Recovered the fumble on the last drive, and then gets the interception on the tip drill. That is the 3rd Monarchs turnover. Colt Couch already with 2 turnovers in his hands. Mark Morris back out on defense. Ridgefield with 3:33 to go. That's an eternity in high school football, and they still have 2 timeouts remaining. With all the momentum, plus they're going to get the ball to start in the second half. Trips to the top here, and now the Beaumont under pressure, doesn't see it, but he might have felt it, and he gets the ball out, and it's just beyond reach of Wyatt Hemmelman. Good job there by de Beaumont to at least feel the pressure off the backside, and was able to release it on time, just led his receiver a little bit too far on that corner route. Good route, all in all. Isaiah Cowley, former Ridgefield Spudder, says Colt with a lot of T's in the YouTube comment section. What's up, Isaiah? Isaiah was a good player. Do you remember Isaiah Cowley, Vaughn?
Yeah. Wasn't he on my basketball team?
No, he played for Ridgefield. He was definitely not on your basketball team.
Oh.
He probably would have helped out a lot, though.
Wrong Isaiah.
The Beaumont looking down the field, going deep, and the player falls down, and a flag comes out. Talon Soski, the intended target, and that is Avery Elliott on coverage for Mark Morris. This is not a spot foul in high school football. It'll be 15 yards from the line of scrimmage. So it'll be walked back a little bit closer to midfield. This one should be at about the 43-yard line. Vaughn Robin says, hey, Vaughn, thanks for contributing to the live. You're doing a great job.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
You say thank you.
Oh.
But, yeah, you're welcome. You're welcome is, yeah, also, I guess, socially acceptable for kids of your generation. Under pressure. And going down behind the line is de Beaumont. Pressure initially generated by number 9, Mac West. And it's a loss of 3. Cameron Lair will be credited with the sack for Mark Morris as we have 3 minutes to go now in the first half. We're now over 101, or over 100 at 101 live viewers. Just keep pushing. 4 wide receivers. De Beaumont with some time gets it out low, and it's incomplete. So clock will stop with 2:40 to go. If you're Mark Morris, you badly stop him here. Ooh, what was that? Don't know what happened there to the audio, but it just kicked up insanely. At least on my end it did. Third down and 13. And they're showing blitz here. Deep ball. Underthrown. Catch is made. What a catch. Wyatt Hemmelman with the reception.
Third and long, complete.
That was a great catch.
So first down, Spudders, first down, ball at the 18 of Mark Morris. 2 minutes to play, half number 1.
Vaughn, I don't think yours is working. Hemmelman, though, he's working. And now we've got whistles. Timeout taken by Mark Morris here. Eric says, sure do miss having stadiums on both sides of the field. Yeah, that was actually very special here at Longview Memorial Stadium. Having the old grandstands on the far side of the field. Ryan Perry says big plays from the Spuds tonight. You're not wrong. A lot of big plays from Ridgefield tonight. I certainly don't want to take any shine off of the Spudders. But Mark Morris having 3 turnovers is really like the big story so far in the ball game. Ridgefield's ability to capitalize on those mistakes is also proving to be very big. 1st and 10 here, and it's going to be a stretch handoff to the near side and getting a block and breaking through the first wave and almost through the second wave. Inside the 10-yard line goes the ball carrier. And that is Cly Stevens with the carry. Stevens gets a gain of 9 for his effort. And then we got a handoff, and it's going to be close. No, not close. Helmet comes off here as Stevens is wrapped up, and it's going to be a loss of a yard, so it'll be 3rd down and 2. Clock still running here, approaching a minute 10. So here we go. And a swing ball out of the backfield and open spaces into the end zone. Touchdown, but we do have a flag. We'll have to check on that. But Jake Olson making the reception. And this one could be a hold downfield, though. We'll have to check on that. And it is holding against Ridgefield. So take the touchdown off the board. It is a spot foul 10 yards from the spot. So it still will be third down here. It might be a little bit longer, though. And not much longer. And we've got a timeout taken here by Ridgefield. Sorry, fans, we've got audio technical difficulties up here trying to make sure we're monitoring correctly, but hope everybody's still enjoying the broadcast. 102 TVs, tablets, or phones are tuned in here tonight for this one. 14-6. Ridgefield on top. Touchdown by Clyde Stevens from 3 yards out. Got it started, and then Kenny Mullen with a 1-yard touchdown for Mark Morris. The only difference on why the game wasn't tied is the PAT was missed by the Monarchs. And then Talon Soski with a 60-yard plus touchdown with one-on-one coverage, winning the catch at around the 35-yard line and didn't have to outrun really anybody. Ended up getting a flag on the celly. Ridgefield out of the timeout, ready to go. Mark Morris getting back into defensive position. A big 3rd down and 4 coming here. Hemmelman clears on the motion. Back to pass to Beaumont, out route, and it's off the hands of Stromberg. It was on target, but Noah unable to haul that one in. Again, Ridgefield does get the ball to start the second half, and it looks like they're going to make some personnel changes here and ultimately go for a short field goal. Carson Young will come in to kick, and Young will set up shop at the 17-yard line. So it'll be a 27-yard attempt. High snap, put down, kick is up, and it is good. Great kick there. 27-yard field goal by Carson Young. And the Spudders extend their lead with 37 seconds to go in the first half. They lead it now 17-6. Ridgefield coached by Scott Rice, who's in his 6th season as the Spudders front man, and Coach Rice is looking to get his guys a league championship this season and a favorable spot heading into the playoffs. This would push their record with a win to 4-0, although there's still a lot of work to be done here tonight in this ball game. But a 4th win would more than likely clinch a playoff spot here for Ridgefield. There's going to be 5 teams out of the 8 in the league that will be eligible for the crossover round of 32. He's a hooper. And this one is fairly deep kickoff, fielded at the 10-yard line. And finding some space and getting out to the 30-yard line is Schlecht. 29 seconds to go. So 17-6. I like the Carnivore Brothers comment there. Nice hold on the high snap. Yeah, the holders don't really get a lot of credit. It comes in the kicking game, but that was definitely a clutch hold on that field goal made by Carson Young. Let's see what Mark Morris wants to do here. If they want to try to push the ball downfield, they're going to go heavy, tight formation here. And it looks as if they are going to take a knee, and that is the plan. And I don't think Ridgefield's interested in stopping the clock. This should get us into the locker room where Ridgefield will have an 11-point lead, 17-6. So the clock is going to continue to run. Mark Morris will not try to get another play off here. But a solid first half for Ridgefield. They are +3 in the turnover category, as Mark Morris has turned it over twice via interception and once via fumble. A lot of big plays for both teams, though, here in the ball game, as each team jogs off the field and will head into the respective locker rooms. Ryan Perry says laces out, even, yep, Finkel, yep, watch some Ace Ventura. 15 minutes till the start of the second half. 17-6, Ridgefield on top. The big play of the first half, other than the turnovers, we'll give you a couple. Talon Soski, a big touchdown catch of 60-plus yards. And then 2 turnovers, one recovered on a fumble by Colt Couch, and then Couch on a tip drill after a ball went off the hands of a Monarch intended receiver, came up with an interception. So Couch, the leader in the clubhouse for defensive MVP. And Landon DeBeaumont having a really solid game at the quarterback position. He's avoided pressure a few times and got the ball out. And for the most part, he's been able to put the ball down the field on the money. But the X factor of the ball game, Talon Soski, coming up with the big home run hit for the Spuds in the first half. As we're going to take an audio timeout, I'll let you enjoy the visual of Junior Cheer, but we can't get copyright infringement here with some old school rock and roll being played. So we'll be back here in just a couple of minutes. 17-6, Ridgefield on top. All right, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Longview Memorial Stadium. Nick Sisson on behalf of N2 Media. Well, the junior cheerleaders put on a very nice halftime performance here with a bunch of copyrighted music that I cannot stream over the internet, but I can tell you that it was awesome. So, back to the first half, though, real quick before we get underway for the second half. Ridgefield coming up with big plays to set the tone for their offense. The defense generating 3 turnovers. We'll say 2 of them were actually generated by Ridgefield, but a fumble recovered on the other one. As Mark Morse just having problems kind of getting out of their own way at times. They've been able to move the ball, and 2 of those 3 turnovers have happened deep in Ridgefield territory. But let's talk about what did go right here for both teams. Clyde Stevens got Ridgefield on the board first with a 3-yard touchdown run on Ridgefield's first possession, and Carson Young tacked on a point after touchdown to make it 7-0 Spudders. Kenny Mullen a few moments later would capitalize on a 1-yard touchdown run thanks to a big catch from Decker Bartel on 4th down that put Mark Morris at the doorstep. The PAT missed, though, and it was 7-6 for Ridgefield heading into the second quarter. Talon Soski, a big 68-yard touchdown catch to give Ridgefield a 14-6 lead after another Carson Young point after, and then Young added to the Spudders lead late in the second quarter with a 27-yard field goal to give the Spuds a 17-6 lead. Unfortunately, for those who are only here for Vaughn's audio commentary, which I know a lot of you are, the technical difficulties that we were having is that one of the headsets here unfortunately stopped working. So Vaughn's audio will not be able to be captured for the remainder of the game unless I just have him kind of lean in close to take a play or two himself. So sorry, buddy. Wish we had a chance to keep you on the live stream broadcast. I left my extra headset out in the car, and yeah, it's a long walk down. Don't want to miss being back ready to go, so I'll be better prepared next time. But Vaughn did a good job spotting, and he really likes Talon Soski. He said for Ridgefield that Talon Soski's their best wide receiver. I don't know if I'd give him, the analytic department quite yet, although Soski is a good wide receiver. Ridgefield's got quite a few good wide receivers, though, so they all do things just a little bit different. Soski, though, in both games that we've covered so far for Ridgefield, he's managed to find pay dirt from a long ways away. So he's definitely a good deep threat option, a 6'3" wide receiver, able to win the high point on the 50-50 balls. As we are just about set to get back to action here, Mark Morris will kick off from left to right. Ridgefield set to return to work from right to left. Last I checked, Seton Catholic was on top of Kalama 42-12, which is a big lead. Fortunate news in that ball game is starting quarterback for Kalama, Aiden Brown, had to leave the game in the first quarter with an injury. As we've got a return and some space, heading up the far sideline, trying to shake another tackle, but unable to do so. Still a great return for the Spuds by Stevens out across the 50-yard line. We do have some laundry on the field, though, back at the 47. So we'll see where this one actually gets spotted. Fans, thank you so much for being with me here tonight in the live stream comment section. Appreciate all the feedback. You guys do awesome. And covering 2 of my favorite teams here. Always love seeing Ridgefield, and wish I could get down there a little bit more. The hot potato, as it's deemed, officially, unofficially. But things are looking pretty good here for Ridgefield this season. All things considered, if I don't put the hex on them here, they could move to 4-0, and looks like we're going to re-kick here. Didn't know this would be an option. But if things go the way that they're trending, depending on how things go the rest of the season for the Spuds, could find ourselves down at the hot potato on a cold November Friday or Saturday for some playoff football like we did in the 2021-22 season when Ty Snyder, Isaiah Cowley and company, and Landon DeBeaumont older brother Logan DeBeaumont were doing some damage. And this ball's live and bringing it back here towards the near side and unable to, now able to actually keep his footing and get out to the 20-yard line. It's about to be an incredible recovery there. And on the return that time was Reese Holmes. So Holmes at least gets it out to the 20. So quite a difference in field position between the two kickoffs here to start the second half. But the Spuds have the 17-6 lead. Kelso and Prairie tied up 21 apiece over at Schroeder Field. That is a very important game for Kelso. As we've got a tight formation on the line and two wide receivers here to the near side for DeBeaumont. And DeBeaumont just goes down. A little miscommunication there in the backfield. I guarantee the play call wasn't take the snap and take a dive. It's a 3-yard loss. So a loss of 3 brings up second down and 13. See what Mark Morris can come up with on the defensive side of the ball here to maybe force a 3-and-out. The jump cut in the hole and then another cut out of a tackle. Ranging to his right in the middle of the field is Stevens, and he is able to get out to the 24-yard line. So a solid gain on second down is going to make this a third and pretty manageable. I'd say 3rd and 5.5. But a big point in the game here for the Monarchs. They're going to show pressure up the A-gap, and they're going to bring it. Rolling to the right, going out is DeBeaumont. DeBeaumont under pressure, throws, and it's out of bounds, incomplete. I don't expect Ridgefield to go for it here, and they're going to bring on the special teams. Good job by the Monarchs defense, and Coach Mike Peck has got his defensive coaches being aggressive on the calls, especially on third down. The Monarchs have not been shy about bringing pressure from all sides. Mark Morris needs a whole new team, according to Hobo Guy in the live stream comment section. That's asking a lot, and I don't think that they do. That's a little far-fetched. I'm sure that comment is tongue-in-cheek, you know. And that one's a live ball, muffed, but picked up. Avery Elliott, the freshman, is able to recover almost a big mistake there, but he at least has it out to midfield at the 50-yard line. He's taken the punt return duties on that one from Decker Bartel. And I don't know if that's an indicator that Bartel is injured or hurt in some way. And I'm kind of trying to look around here on the near sideline, but no, he's out, split out on the far side over at the X position. Now coming out to the near side in the flat is Mullen. And out to the flat to Mullen is Huda. And Mullen spins, and he is going to get just barely beyond the line of scrimmage. The near sideline official has this spotted at the Ridgefield 49 for a gain of 1. Isaiah says playoff bound in the comment section. I think that's a fair assessment. I think at this point, Isaiah, it's just if they're going to be at home or not in the first game. And I mean, this is setting up another one of those big Woodland and Ridgefield showdowns. This one's going to be at Woodland as the Beavers are taking care of business here. And we got a catch by Kobayashi. Kobayashi gets beyond the marker. He's going to have a first down. They're going to spot him at the 37-yard line. That's been a favorite route here so far tonight for Mark Morris, is the little 9-yard hitch route. Huda's been able to make the throws. Like I said, moving the ball hasn't been the issue here for Mark Morris so far tonight. Honestly, it's been taking care of the football. If you do that, they're right there in this game. Obviously, you got to pay off your drives with points. Pistol formation. Huda sends Mullen out to the flat, and it's going to be a keeper, except it's not because there's a flag And it's going to be a false start on the Monarchs. So some more toe stubbing here will make it first down and 15. Decker Bartel had a hell of a first half for Mark Morris with 6 receptions. And a whistle. And it's going to be another false start. So again, Mark Morris moving backwards. It'll be first down and 20. These are the plays and the moments that just drive coaches crazy. It's being able to just get in and out of the huddle and get into formation. Execute the play call. Nate Stevens is going to check in now as there's going to be a personnel substitution. Going to go with some more wide receiver options as Mac West checks out. So we've got 4 wide receivers here. Kobayashi is the singled up one on the near side here at the bottom. Trips to the top. Yuta looks to Kobayashi, a slant route inside. Catch is made beyond the 40. And Kobayashi is stopped near the original line of scrimmage. But a good little slant route there to get 9 yards back. Take a look in here to the Mark Morris huddle, except they're going to move that huddle up a little bit now as Huda comes in with the play call. Looking left, Huda with some time pumps, throws, tough pass in traffic at a couple of sputters right around the area. But the catch is hauled in. That's number 2, Brady Schlecht. And a good pickup there to make it third and manageable. It'll be third down and 5. 4 down territory here for Mark Morris. Trips to the top. Kobayashi singled up here, but 2 deep safeties this time. Maybe look for the Monarchs to work the middle of the field. And they are, right down the seam. Catch is made. Nice ball, great catch. Nate Stevens, not just a quarterback, folks. Makes a tough reception. Sets the Monarchs up first and 10 at the 14-yard line. So the Monarchs overcome a first and 20 on consecutive false starts as they are threatening to cut into the Spudders' lead here. Mullen the deep back out of the pistol. 2 wide receivers to both sides. And looking left, throwing, and it's behind the intended target, Schlecht. As it didn't look like that Brady had his head around by the time the ball was released and didn't know where to track it. Lucky that that ball was just incomplete. Second down and 10. And the student section here for Mark Morris chanting about going bananas. The crowd definitely wants to go bananas here with a Monarchs touchdown. Bartel going to the top. And it looks like he might have one-on-one coverage here as the motion goes to the near side, but pump and go up the seam, and a ball is thrown behind the intended target, and they were trying to go to Mullen out of the backfield there, and the ball does fall incomplete. Obviously, it's not ideal to miss your target, but better than throwing an interception here. Huda, unfortunately, already with 2 of those to his name tonight. This third down play coming. Got to imagine that Mark Morris is going to try to design something here to at least get a couple yards, and they're looking to get Bartel a favorable spot as they motion him a little bit closer to the line, and Huda's looking that way and throwing that way, and it's nearly intercepted that way Vincent Dolans out there on the coverage as he made a great break on the ball. Huda looking down the barrel right at Bartel, and the Monarchs are going to go for it here. Eric Haynes says WF West 21, Battleground 14 at the half in Chehalis. That is a big 2A, 4A matchup there. Battleground fresh off of a tough trip to Idaho where they got blasted by Post Falls last week. WF West, a top 5 team in 2A. Stack wide receivers here on both sides. Huda, patient, has time, throws it across the middle, and it's incomplete. Intended target, Daniel Kobayashi, and it's going to be a turnover on downs. So the Spudders defense holds, and they will take over first down and 10. Ball will be spotted at their own 14-yard line. 6:18 to go third quarter. Woodland has started the running clock against R.A. Long 40-0, according to Seahawks Fan for Life. A little surprised there after the first down and 10 that Mark Morris didn't go to a run play to at least kind of open up the playbook a little bit there. But either way, they've had success with the pass. And back to pass, and the ball's tipped up in the air, incomplete. Trying to get it to Wyatt Hemmelman there was de Beaumont. Good coverage on the play by the Monarchs. So second down and 10 here. For the most part tonight, Ridgefield really hasn't had tremendous field position. Their first possession they did. This one out to the right, and this is caught. Number 12, Dolans, with the reception. There is a flag. I break. Yeah, they're going to get a legal block here. I don't think they're going block in the back, but there is going to be a penalty here against Ridgefield. So this one is going to be marked. It's not half the distance to the goal. Clock winds now, approaching 6 minutes, third quarter. Ridgefield's had some success on those screen balls. They do have trips to the near side. They got man coverage across the board. They're loaded up to, and the ball's on the ground. They're going to stop the play, though. It's going to be a false start against Ridgefield, so they're going to back up a little bit more. But it looks like Mark Morris is geared up to stop the run here on this play. Got to be careful here if you're Mark Morris. You don't want to give up a big play and give Ridgefield more momentum. Mark Morris has already come up with a defensive stop here on Ridgefield's first possession. They would love nothing more than to continue to build off of that as this one is backed up to the 3. And a pass out to the near side. Good pursuit on the back end here. Kenny Mullen with the tackle. Dolans makes the reception. It'll bring up third and really long here. Well, third and 17 or so. Ridgefield's going to go with trips to the top. The Beaumont steps up, rolling to the near side. He's going to tuck it and run for it. And a big hit out of bounds. To Beaumont, leveled by Decker Bartel. And the offensive lineman, number 70 for Ridgefield, River Lealing, did not approve of that hit. And he comes over to get in the face of Bartel afterwards to back up his QB. But, man, that was a shot delivered, and Beaumont got right back up. As this game is physical at the moment. Mark Morris looking to make a play. Bartell fired up. He changes spots with Avery Elliott, who was sitting back. Low snap, and it's going to be fielded here by Bartell. No, he's going to call the fair catch. So it's going to be 1st and 10, Mark Morris at the 41-yard line. 4:46 to go, third quarter. Yikes, that was a shot. Mark Morris is hanging around here. If you're Ridgefield, you don't want to give a team too many opportunities. We'll see what Ridgefield does on this next offensive possession when they get the ball back. I got a feeling that hit might fire them up a little bit. Maybe Mark Morris might feel the same way, as we've got a pass completed here. It's going to be at the 46-yard line, and a little bit of extra as Nate Stevens makes the catch. If you're the officials, you want to keep a close eye on how things are being played out right now, because it's starting to get a little bit chippy, and rightfully so, after the big hit delivered there on the sideline. Four wide receivers here, and Mullen the deep back. Huda sends Mullen out to the near flat. Loading up, throwing deep, and it's underthrown. Nearly intercepted. Looking to get it to Bartell. Coverage on the play there by Tortora, who's had a good game so far. Chase Duncan with the interception in the first quarter for Ridgefield, but Tortora has been in on a couple of plays. Third down and 5. Ball spotted at the Monarchs 46, 5 wide here. Not an empty set. Huda with time throws, catches, made, ball's loose. And now they're going to say incomplete pass. Brady Schleck the intended target. So a tough break there as Huda delivered the ball in the right spot. Schleck unable to hold on. And the Monarchs squander another opportunity. Daniel Kobayashi will punt it away here. First punt of the night for Mark Morris. And Kobayashi with a good kick, low. Fair catch signaled, and he's trying to run with it afterwards. That's not allowed. But Reese Holmes does haul it in. Ball will be placed at the 22. That's where Ridgefield will start their third possession of the second half. Well, let's see what the Spudders have to go with here. And after DeBeaumont took that big hit just a few moments ago. And DeBeaumont has to reach backwards, but he does and hands it off. And breaking 2 tackles and off to the races. And being chased down, though, from behind. Tackle is saved by Elliott. What an effort by the freshman. But Clyde Stevens takes it from the 22-yard line all the way down to the Mark Morris 11. There is a flag, though. Right back here. Man, Stevens with a big run there. Unfortunately, it's going to be called back. How about that effort, though, by the freshman Avery Elliott to track down Stevens? showing off the speed. And this one is going to be a hold on the Spudders. They will gain yards, though, on the play. It's going to be spotted at the 24 now, so a net of 2 yards on the penalty after all of that. De Beaumont gets it out quick to the top and trying to get outside, and getting outside tripped up is Hemmelman. Bartel over to make the tackle right near the line to gain, and it looks like it could be half a foot short here. See if the officials want to measure this one or if they just want to throw up 2 fingers. And they're just going to throw up 2 fingers. Second down. Second down and 1, trips to the near side. And then some movement, it looked like, here on the near side. And they're going to say encroachment on Mark Morris, jumping across as number 45, Axton Flemons. So a first down will be awarded after the penalty to the Spudders. Under 3 to go here in the third. And it's a handoff. Ball's on the ground. Still loose. Still loose. Still loose. After 4 failed dives on the ball, Mark Morris comes up with it. And look who it is. It's the man who saved the Clyde Stevens breakaway to the end zone, although it would have been a flag anyway, but freshman, that's right, freshman, Avery Elliott comes up with it. The timing a little bit off there, and the ball fumbled on the exchange between De Beaumont and Stevens. And after the ball just gets thrown around a few times and bodies hitting the floor, Elliott's able to dive on top of it. First down and 10, a huge break for the Monarchs. That is the first Ridgefield turnover of the game. A score here will make things really interesting. Kobayashi really spreading things out here at the bottom. And some motion coming back to the near side, and we do have a reverse, and trying to cut it up in between the hashes is the ball carrier. Great job coming in and providing good pursuit there. Couldn't see who that was on the backside for Ridgefield that came in to slow that play down. I think it was number 5, Chase Duncan. But it is a 5-ish, 6-yardish gain here for Mark Morris. Oh, I love Isaiah's comment in the YouTube comment section. How you get hawked down, Cly. Ooh, shots fired. I wonder if Isaiah would have ever been caught like that. Down the middle, and had a man just a little bit out in front of Brady Schlecht. Huda unable to find the target. Third down and 5. Martian God, 1968, my boy. Ah, no. Love the live stream comment section, guys. Third down and 5. See what Mark Morris wants to do here. Obviously, you want to pick it up, but Mullins off to the right here. If Huda trips to the top, single wide receiver at the bottom. Looking here to the near side, pumping a couple of times, out to the flat. Catch is made. Mullen dancing around, sidestepping, out of bounds. It's going to be close to the marker, and I think he's going to have enough here. And it's going to be good for 6.5, and that's a good amount for a first down. And it's not quite first and goal yet. The ball spotted on the 12, so the Monarchs can still get a first down here. They're going really wide here. Everything's spread out. Huda directing traffic whistles. And we're going to get a Ridgefield timeout, so good job there by head coach Scott Rice and company. Wait a second, they're going to... And now a flag is thrown. The official looking back towards the far sideline in Scott Rice's direction, I believe. And head coach Rice is not too pleased with what's being called here. It looks as if they're lobbying that they did not call timeout here. So this could be critical if they do call a timeout against Ridgefield. They've already used one so far, even though they have the 11-point advantage here. With it being 1st and 10, if they are charged with another timeout, it's going to be an infraction against the sideline. So yards are going to be marked off here for Mark Morris. They're more than likely going to be half the distance to the goal here, 1st and 5 or 1st and 6. Now the officials are huddled up there. Are they going to... I don't know if they're going to charge the timeout or not. The scoreboard still says 2 timeouts. They did throw a penalty flag, and they didn't mark anything off. So are they issuing a warning? Or handoff Mullen. Mullen up the middle, still on his feet. So not sure what happened here. The far sideline official threw a flag. No yardage was marked off after throwing the flag. I'd love to be down there in the huddle to try to figure out what the decision was, or at least to have these officials mic'd up, but not the case here. So a short gain of 3 for Kenny Mullen. Huda fakes the handoff, rolls to the near side, floats to the near side, catch is made to the near side, and diving for the pylon. Did he get it? He did. It's a touchdown. Mark Morris, Mac West. What a huge play and turn of events here at Longview Memorial with 43 seconds to go. It's a Monarchs touchdown, 9 yards from Carter Huda to Mac West. And the Monarchs will go for 2. And it's going to be a direct snap keeper. Huda pushing, and he is going to be short. Good job there by the defense. So 17-12, the Monarchs cut into the lead. They are just down by 5 now. So even without the 2-point conversion, a touchdown still gives the Monarchs the lead if the defense holds. What a ball game here. 12-17 or 17-12, that's what I normally would say. But Mac West, I believe that is his first touchdown of the year. That is Huda's first touchdown pass of the ball game. Corey says it's a sideline warning, no yards on a warning. Hey, I mean, I can understand that, and I can appreciate that. I'm just so used to throwing. When you see laundry thrown, usually it's like you're going to get yards. I can't even speak here, but yeah. Yards are going to get marked off. Warnings are usually of the variety where you walk over, as we have a squib kick picked up, and Ridgefield's going to get tremendous field position. Well, got ourselves a close ball game here. 17-12, Ridgefield will have its best field position of the second half. They're going to get it at their own 49-yard line. Trips to the near side. Ridgefield's had a lot of success on the little screen balls. And then they're looking down the middle, and the ball is caught in traffic by Hemmelman. First down yardage, and now a flag afterwards. I think that they might get Hemmelman with the first down signal for taunting or unsportsmanlike, and it is unsportsmanlike against Ridgefield. Well, that's not what the doctor ordered for Ridgefield there. This one's marked back to the 45-yard line of Ridgefield, so it'll be 1st and 10. The distance was good enough for a first down. It was an after-the-play infraction. So it'll still be 1st down and 10. Clock running now, 21 seconds left in the third. Ridgefield looking to run another play here as they break the huddle and get into formation with 10 seconds left. Hemmelman, the motion man. And it's a handoff, and it's going nowhere. In fact, it's going to be a loss, and that's going to do it for the third quarter. Cly Stevens with the carry. Eamon Flemings, Mac West, Decker Bartel near the tackle. As we move to the fourth quarter of action here at Longview Memorial, Ridgefield 17, Mark Morris 12. The only score there, that 9-yard touchdown by Mac West in the third. We've got ourselves a ball game here, folks. Mark Morris fighting back. The defense has answered the bell here. Ready to go here. Band still playing. Pressure, a little swing ball, and down. Ball's loose, but it's going to be incomplete. It'll bring up 3rd down now and 10. Trips to the top here on this big 3rd down and 10 play. Soski at the bottom here for Ridgefield. Looking left to Beaumont. And this pass is intercepted. Daniel Kobayashi. So the script has flipped. 2 turnovers for Ridgefield here in the second half has given Mark Morse plenty of life. 11:50 left in the game, and the Monarchs will take over on the Ridgefield 49-yard line. Avery Elliott came up with a fumble recovery on Ridgefield's last drive, and this drive started back at the end of the third quarter, promising with a 14-yard gain to Wyatt Hemmelman, but Hemmelman flagged for an unsportsmanlike conduct. So momentum taken back, and now an interception on a throw from DeBeaumont. And now a blitz up the middle here. Huda is under pressure, and Huda is brought down from behind. Colt Couch, have yourself a game, young man. He's got a fumble recovery, an interception, and now a quarterback sack. As the Monarchs are backed up a yard, it'll be 2nd down and 11. What a ball game here. Four wide receivers here, two to each side. But the defense being aggressive, going with the blitz there, and now Mullen out to the flat. And a screen ball being set up, thrown back to the far side. And grid pursuit and a hard hit from behind there. It's going to be a gain of about 6. Nope, excuse me, 3 or 4. I had the wrong math done there. Third down and 7. Well, let's see what Mark Morris does here. I'm curious to see if this is 4-down territory or not. Based on how the defense is playing, obviously, I think that you can feel confident in punting. A little miscommunication here as Mullen does come out to the flat under pressure. Huda loads up and throws, has a man, and it's incomplete. Great timing on the defense. Bartell wants a flag, and he is not going to get it. Reese Holmes with the pass breakup there, with the hit. Like I said, that looked to be great timing there by Holmes. And Mark Morris is in go for it formation here. They're taking their time here. They might have to hurry up, maybe burn a timeout. They don't want to get a delay of game. It's 4th and 7. Ball spotted on the Ridgefield 46. Huda looking left, throws left, has a man. Catch is made. It's going to be a first down. Decker Bartell. Bartell having himself a ball game. I believe that is his 7th reception, maybe his 8th even. But the deep comeback route available there. I got to say real quick here, Mark Morris's offensive line has done a great job protecting Carter Huda tonight. 4 wide receivers, Mullen, the deep back. Pressure coming up the middle, ball thrown to the outside, high and nearly picked. Had a man open, Kobayashi was there. Chet Pace on the coverage. Pace might have had an opportunity there to haul that one in if it was just a little bit lower. Coming in off the sideline is Cole Blem. Kajel Gant trots off to the sideline on this 2nd and 10 play. Ball spotted at the 34. Huda walks back, has some time, loads up, going deep for the end zone. And this one is led, and it's going to be intercepted. Great job once again in coverage by Reese Holmes, number 28. That one intended for Bartell. Holmes did a great job running the route essentially to get to the ball. That's the 3rd interception for Carter Huda and the Monarchs. Combined, that's the 6th turnover of the game, 4th overall for Mark Morris. The good news, if there is any, is that Bartell was able to at least get a shoestring tackle there on Holmes. And pin Ridgefield deep at the 4-yard line. And whistle, and we're going to get a false start on the Spudders, so it's going to be 1st and 12 at the 2. You know, I mean, I don't. Obviously, you don't want to give anybody points, but a safety, I mean, it isn't the worst thing that can happen here in this spot. Obviously, it's not good. It would make it a 3-point game if that was the case. I think if you're Ridgefield here, you just want to run your safest play. I don't think that that's going to be in the DNA, though, for Ridgefield. They are aggressive at all times, and they got motion going through the line in the backfield there. And Wyatt Hemmelman It's a handoff, and Stevens jump cuts, and he's got space up the middle of the field, and he's off to the races once again. Stevens being tracked again from behind, and Avery Elliott catches him and brings him down. A huge run, though. A great touchdown-saving tackle by Elliott for the second time. But there's no flags on this one, folks. Stevens takes this one deep into Monarchs territory. They're going to spot him at the 33-yard line. That is a 65-yard gain. 65 big yards. Now Ridgefield has it 1st and 10, working Monarchs territory. And this one's kept by DeBeaumont. DeBeaumont slides down right at the line of scrimmage. But the Monarchs being aggressive there on 1st down, anticipating the handoff, and at the very last minute, DeBeaumont pulled it out and decided to run it because Stevens was going to be blasted. Second down and 10 and a half. And a whistle. Timeout Ridgefield. So on the scoreboard, it says that Ridgefield still has one timeout remaining. Isaiah is not pleased in the YouTube comment section. Stevens has been caught twice now from behind by Avery Elliott. Avery Elliott, just a freshman for Mark Morris, not used to not being the best athlete on the field probably after, I would imagine, a very successful 8th grade season and junior high career. It's been a great game so far, yep. Malin Stevens says good game so far in the Facebook comment section. Comment section's been on fire tonight, by the way. So Ridgefield, after the timeout, wants to come up with maybe their best 2nd down and 11 play they've got in their playbook. Motion back to the near side. This is Stromberg clearing. And then a whistle. And a flag. And a false start called against Ridgefield. I think that they were going to try to set up a screen ball out to Stromberg here after the motion. They ran that play a couple times already tonight. Or they might have gone with the wheel route, which that means they'll bring Stromberg over. They'll fake the screen to him. The blockers will look like they're going to go downfield just to block, and then usually the slot guy will release and head up the near sideline. Now we do have a quick screen to Hemmelman, and Hemmelman hits the B button and gets it beyond the 35-yard line. He's going to be marked down at the 34, so gets the penalty yardage back. It's going to be 3rd and long, though. 3rd and 10. After that Stevens 65-yard run. Now the Monarchs defense looking for a chance to get that ball back once again. Spudders have got Hemmelman in the slot. Stromberg split out the top. Motion going back across is Soski. Low snap. DeBeaumont rolling to the left. Throwing back across his body. Has a man out there. Catch is made. Soski breaks a tackle. And he's in again. Touchdown. Ridgefield. Talon Soski hands the ball to the official. This time, no excessive celebration needed as he jogs back over, comes up with another huge Spudders play. As the Spudders move up 23-12 now. What a throw by DeBeaumont on the roll against his body. Big plays by big-time players when they matter most. Talon Soski is proving to be just that tonight as the extra point is up and good. It feels like a back-breaking play here at Longview Memorial. Still 7:07 to go as the Monarchs gave it a great effort there to try to keep Ridgefield out of the end zone, but to no avail. Have yourself a ball game, Soski. Fans, we will need to think about player of the game here tonight. We still do have 7+ minutes to go, but I would say right now, leader in the clubhouse is probably Talon Soski. If you like some Landon DeBeaumont as well, that is acceptable. Soski's over 100 yards receiving tonight on, I believe, just 2 catches, and both of them for tutties. I got a 68 and a 34 for him, 102 yards on 2 catches, 2 touchdowns. Obviously, that's unofficial, but what is official is that he is over 100 yards on 2 catches. Kickoff fielded at the 8-yard line. Great pursuit there by the Ridgefield special teams. They're going to give the returner, Nate Stevens, the 20-yard line. It'll be 1st down and 10. So Mark Morris still has a lot of time here, still has 3 timeouts, and their offense is capable of moving the ball. It's the most points Ridgefield's allowed since the Week 3 game against Hawkinson, and a pass down the middle of the field caught by Stevens. And look for the Monarchs to maybe think about going to the hurry-up offense here. Gain of 5 for Stevens. Ridgefield looking to go 6-0 here overall in the season. Couch coming on the blitz, out route to Stevens here on the near side, and Nate gobbled up and thrown down back at the 20-yard line. And again on that coverage is Reese Holmes. Short gain there by Stevens. It's going to be 3rd down and 4. But the energy level sucked out here by Talon Soski and Ridgefield's offense on the last possession. You can hear a pin drop out here right now. Huda claps and sees that the defense has shown an A-gap blitz with Couch coming, and then an out route here to Bartel, and Bartel backs himself down the field and has a 1st down. Bartel has a lot of work tonight, 9 receptions. WF West 28, Battleground 14. Thank you, Eric Haynes, for the update. Clock now under 5.5 to go. Trips to the top here for Mark Morris. Bartel down at the bottom. He's got single coverage here. And Bartel wanted the ball, waved his hands. Instead, it goes to the top to Nate Stevens. That was maybe a good opportunity to get a smoke screen one-on-one down here at the bottom with Talon Soski, who's out here on defense as well at the bottom of the screen. He was lined up on Bartel, a little 4x4 action here. Trips goes to the top again. And again, we got this one-on-one look down here on the bottom, and that's where Huda's looking. And Huda's going deep. And Soski doesn't turn around, and it's still caught, though, by Bartel, his 10th reception of the game. Marked down at the 32. There's that one-on-one look. Those two guys have been battling it out here tonight against one another. Usually not matched up offense versus defense, just what both guys are contributing for their teams on the offensive side of the ball. Bartel hasn't gotten into the end zone yet, but he's been the most targeted Monarch by far. And if you're Mark Morris, I mean, you're probably going to ride that until Ridgefield stops it. They have come up with a few interceptions as Mullen leaks out to the flat at the top, looking deep, loading up, going deep again. Bartel has a step, and this one's underthrown, and a flag is thrown. Bartel couldn't get back to it. Soski is going to be flagged for interference, most likely. And again, not a spot foul. So this would be a 15-yard penalty. 4:37 left. Mark Morris looking to stay within striking range as it is PI here against Ridgefield. But Huda underthrew that one. Bartel had a step on Soski. Oh, excuse me, offsetting penalties. And now another penalty thrown. I didn't see the other flag. And now there's a flag afterwards. I think that maybe a Monarch said a bad word. And they did get unsportsmanlike on Mark Morris. So after all of this, there were offsetting penalties, like apparently one against the Monarchs as well. And then after the play, unsportsmanlike. And this is really not good because it's going to be first down and 25 now for Mark Morris. Yikes, not good at all. Man, what a change of events. Monarchs got to be a little bit more disciplined than that in that situation. Obviously, offsetting penalties can occur. I didn't see what they called against Mark Morris, but don't know why the official would have thrown the flag other than there was some strong language protesting the call. That's just an assumption, by the way. First and 25. Now Ridgefield can sit back on defense. Huda goes down the middle of the field into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Stromberg heading towards the far sideline, and he's got some blockers, and he's continuing to go, and he is going to go the distance. It's a Ridgefield touchdown. Noah Stromberg with the pick six. And that's probably going to do it here, folks. It's going to be 30-12 Ridgefield now after Stromberg takes it all the way back. Mistakes the story of the ball game again for the second week in a row for Mark Morris. That is their fifth turnover. They had 5 last week. The only difference is it doesn't look like they're going to come away with the victory this week. Ridgefield on top by 3 scores with 3:53 to go, whistles, and the play is going to get blown dead here. Young on for the PAT, and now we've got another flag. We've seen a few of those tonight. False start against Ridgefield. So back it up 5. High snap, put down, kick is up, and it's good. Great job tonight by the Ridgefield special teams. Holder is Ty Rogers. Rogers has been able to pull that out twice tonight. Mark Morris heads to the sideline here, and 31-12 the score. Well, fans, thank you so much for being with us here tonight. Greatly appreciate all the positive feedback. And, we bring this to you for free every week. And if you're able to throw a doll hair our way, at N2 Media, Venmo or PayPal. Venmo preferred. PayPal acceptable. But I can't do it without you guys, the fans, to make it worth the while. I do appreciate, again, the great feedback. Hopefully the commentary is not too bad. But I need you guys to do some work for me besides pay me. I need you to type into the live stream comment section once again here tonight your player of the game nominations. Fielded at the 8-yard line. Avery Elliott heads towards the far sideline, and he's ridden out right around the 20. So Mark Morris back on offense with 3:46 left in the ball game. Carter Hudis still out there for the Monarchs. Mullen in motion out to the flat, near sideline. Pass caught by Bartell. Bartell can't wiggle free of a couple of Spudder defenders out there. Number 5, Chase Duncan. And then also Reese Holmes. Duncan with an interception so far. Holmes with an interception so far. Colt Couch with an interception, fumble recovery, and a sack. And then most recently, Noah Stromberg, who scores a lot on the offensive side at wide receiver, ends up having a 70-yard pick six to the house. Second down, pass to the top, high, but it's caught. And this one is going to be right at the marker. Catches made by Nate Stevens. Stevens with a few catches so far in tonight's game, and he's able to get a first down with that one. So far, Carnivore Brothers, the only one to comment a player of the game nomination. Talon Soski, great nomination. Out route. Picked off. Another interception. Holmes with his second INT. And that should just about do it. 2:58 to go. Tough break here tonight for Mark Morris. 6 turnovers total in the ball game. Handoff, loss on the play, but the clock will run. It'll be a loss of 3. Clyde Stevens with the carry. Robert says, oh, that's Bobtimus Prime. Yeah, Colt Couch, player of the game nomination. I like it. Thank you, Bobtimus. Screen ball up to the top and another loss on the play. On the reception is Caleb Totora. And we got a timeout here. And it's due to an injury on the far side. There's a Monarchs player down and up off the turf, and it's Decker Bartell. And he's able to jog off the field under his own power. That is a great sign. Jake Moe says Seton Catholic 49-12 over Kalama. Whew, I got to tell you, I got someone's pregame prediction on that game. And that score is very close to the pregame prediction. So Yikes. Eric Haynes says Soski is player of the game. I like it. There's a lot of nominees here tonight. Spudders has been able to get a couple of other players out there. Preston Walker, number 88, enters the game into the slot, wide receiver position. And he stands out. He's got one of those Guardian helmets on that are becoming more and more popular. And I got to say, I mean, I think it does its job very well. And I don't think that the way it looks should be something that players think about if you want to protect your health and protect the odds against concussion and future head injuries. Just look at some of the former players that have played the game at the highest level and where they sit post-playing days, you know, so cool to see it being utilized at the high school level. There's another short play here for Ridgefield, able to get a yard, maybe two. Isaiah says that Landon Kelsey has 2 pick sixes right now for Central Catholic in Oregon. As we are under a minute to go, clock continuing to run, I think that Ridgefield might just take a delay a game here or call a timeout. There's a flag. Delay a game is the call, and they are going to punt the ball away here with the lead. 35 seconds left. How about that, though? Landon Kelsey, former Ridgefield Spudders, state champion from a year ago. After transferring to Central Catholic, got to be honest, kind of miss him in the Greater St. Helens League. As the Spudders are back to punt, Vincent Dolans will kick it away here. But Landon had a coming out party in a playoff game that we streamed up in Bellingham, where Ridgefield had their last perfect season. They were 12-0 at the time. And unfortunately, 11-0 at the time, I believe. Not able to keep the perfect season alive as they fell to Squalicum 63-38. But Landon Kelsey had himself a day as a true freshman. I say true freshman, like they're in college, but a regular freshman. 3 touchdown catches in that playoff game. And then fans, yeah, if you could hit the like button, and more than anything, just subscribe to my channel, because I'll be doing future games. More than likely, we'll be doing a future Ridgefield playoff game. We'll be back here next week for Washougal and R.A. Long. And then we'll also finish up here with R.A. Long and Mark Morris. But sandwiched in between that, we're going to make a stop at Kalama. And it's going to be Kalama taking on La Center. See how that game goes, with Kalama losing to Seton Catholic 49-12 tonight, but Aiden Brown, the star quarterback for Kalama, exiting the ball game in the first quarter. Connor Delamarter, there we go. Another 2021-22 alum. As the clock runs out, Ridgefield wins this one 31-12. 6 Monarchs turnovers, the story of the ball game. Big plays by Ridgefield, the other story. Talon Soski ends up with 2 touchdown catches, both of them at back-breaking times, it seemed, for Mark Morris and all the momentum that they had been building. But again, a great ball game here tonight to watch and broadcast. 31-12, the final score. Ridgefield improves to 6-0. Meanwhile, Mark Morris falls to 2-4, 2-2 in the Greater St. Helens League. They're still in it. There's plenty more football to be played. 3 games for each team to finish out the regular season. Mark Morris has a home game coming up against Woodland in 2 weeks. Next week, they're going to hit the road to go take on the Hawkinson Hawks. That will be I'm not going to say, I don't like using the term must win, right? But it's borderline must win for Mark Morris. They do have a reasonable chance to take on to take on Hawkinson and R.A. Long still, and 2 winnable games, and anything can happen against Woodland as well. The Beavers up on top of R.A. Long tonight, 40-0, and more than likely that shutout continued. I didn't get the final score in that one, but usually in a running clock situation like that, that's probably what you're going to get. But neither here nor there. Mark Morris still alive for the postseason, still has a lot of learning opportunities here, and if they can limit the turnovers, they're going to be right there with anybody. And on the other side of the coin, Ridgefield tonight, they end up winning the ball game, and they had their moments to where things just weren't quite, up to the standard that Coach Scott Wright preaches. He's going to look at the tape here tonight, and he's probably going to look at those 2 turnovers that Ridgefield had there in the third quarter that ultimately gave Mark Morris some life. And the Monarchs trimmed a 17-6 halftime deficit down to a 17-12 deficit heading into the fourth. I think it might have been the gal that was up here earlier, but I don't know for sure. But congrats, guys. Yeah, we'll see you week 10. I will. I'll be there. Yeah. I will be there on the rooftop freezing, just like everybody else. But, yeah, we got to talk real quick about player of the game here. Connor Delamarter here. Former number 45 wearer on the defensive side of the ball for Ridgefield wants to give his boy Colt Couch player of the game, a fellow linebacker, giving him some love. I mean, Colt Couch also wears the number 45. And I got to tell you, I think that Colt Couch really deserves a lot of credit for the way that the game turned out. He got on top of a fumble early in the ball game, the second Monarchs turnover of the game, just when Mark Morris was driving deep into Ridgefield territory. And then he also caught an interception on a tip drill. And then they had the big sack as well against Huda. Obviously, there's a lot to go through in terms of who had good games. You also got to look at the 2 interceptions by Reese Holmes. You also got an interception by Chase Duncan. You also got an INT return for a touchdown by Noah Stromberg that totaled about 70 yards. So a lot to really decipher through for Ridgefield in terms of their defensive performance tonight. I've got no problem doing Colt Couch, though, because I think that they did a really good job ultimately, besides just getting those turnovers and the sack. One of the reasons why Ridgefield won this game tonight that we haven't really talked about a lot is the limitation of the run game. I mean, Mark Morris really didn't have much going on the ground, and that starts with great linebacker play, great instincts, and the defensive line did a good job winning at the point of attack. So defensive MVP Colt Couch, but man, I tell you what, I mean, offensive and overall player of the game, it's got to be Talon Soski. Even though he only had a couple of touches out there tonight, he really changed the complex of the game at 2 different times, winning a 50-50 ball on a 68-yard touchdown, and then also getting that big touchdown of 34 yards. Landon DeBeaumont deserves a lot of credit. Clyde Stevens also doing his thing, running the football. If it wasn't for track star here, Avery Elliott, for Mark Morris, we might have seen Clyde Stevens get into the end zone multiple times. But as it sits, Stevens with a 3-yard touchdown run back in that first quarter. So he finishes with just that 1 tutty tonight on the evening. So great job overall by Ridgefield tonight to improve to 6-0 on the season. And they've got a big game coming up here at the end of the year, taking on the Woodland Beavers. Next week, they're going to be back at home taking on Columbia River. And then it's going to be at home against R.A. Long and then at Woodland to finish the season. So 3 straight games for Coach Scott Rice and the Ridgefield Spudders that look like games that they're going to be in pretty good position to come away with victories. Will we see another 9-0 Ridgefield season heading into the postseason? I don't know. I don't want to jinx them. I'll tell you what, though, I wouldn't be shocked to see 2 undefeated teams in league in Ridgefield and Woodland do battle for the crown once again, as it was last year at the Hot Potato, this year at the Beaver Den. So a special thank you to Mark Morris High School for allowing me to continue to come up and provide coverage here at Longview Memorial, and always a special thank you to all of the viewers watching at home. And again, if you have a couple extra schmeckles that you're willing to throw our way here, donation at N2 Media, Venmo, and PayPal $5 goes a long way. $100 goes further. But anyway, anything that you could do to help contribute, really appreciate it. And again, you guys are great in the live stream comment section. Eric Haynes says Tumwater 49, Black Hills nothing, with 1 minute left in the second quarter. Ooh, wow, really? Yikes. That's not good. Tumwater is really good, though. But not quite the celebration that Mark Morris was hoping for here tonight at home. But some learning opportunities for the young Monarchs as they continue to move forward as we turn towards the back stretch of the season. Player of the game for Mark Morris tonight, it's got to be Decker Bartell, even though he didn't have a touchdown. I think that Decker really showed his determination at times tonight. He had a huge hit delivered on Stromberg, whether you thought it was inbounds or out of bounds a little bit late. The officials didn't think it was late, and that's really all that matters. But about 10 receptions tonight for Decker Bartell. Mac West gets his first varsity touchdown, I think, unless he got one a couple of years ago against Ari Long in the Civil War. But at least the first touchdown this season for Mac West. And Kenny Mullen again getting into the end zone for Mark Morris in the ball game. So thank you all for being with us. Next week we're going to be right back here at Longview Memorial Stadium. It'll be Washougal taking on R.A. Long. And Washougal was in a battle with Hudson's Bay. Last I checked, it was 24-12 Washougal, but anything can happen. So we'll have to go and circle back at that game and see how it finished out. But Washougal, a tough team, and they're looking to continue to be in the hunt at least for a playoff spot. They're right in position right now. If they're able to pick up a win, they'll be right there in that third place spot. And so Mark Morris has got some work to do if they're going to have a chance to get a favorable spot in the postseason or get a spot at all. So next week, 7 o'clock, we'll be right back here at Longview Memorial for Washougal taking on R.A. Long, homecoming for the Lumberjacks. On behalf of N2 Media, Mark Morris, and Ridgefield Athletics, this is Nick Sisson saying so long and good night from Longview Memorial. Again, your final score, Ridgefield 31, Mark Morris 12. Talon Soski, your player of the game for Ridgefield, 2 catches, 102 yards, 2 touchdowns. And then defensive MVP, Colt Couch, interception, fumble recovery, sack, multiple tackles. All right, guys, thank you again so much. I look forward to seeing you next time.